What's up, guys? My name's Doofus McDooface, and this is my review of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Now, just leading in, of course, I have seen the OG Mad Maxes, not as many times as I'd probably like to, and of course, I have seen Fury Road with Tom Hardy. But going into this, I was pretty excited. I really like Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth, pretty funny. So, without further ado, uh, the plot it worked for me. I know a lot of people have said that they didn't like, so I'm gonna try not to give any spoilers here. Just sort of give my opinion without giving too much away. But sort of the first part of the movie is Furiosa as a young girl, and sort of then another chapter, and then like current time. At least like Anya Taylor Joy is now the actor as an adult. Um, I really enjoyed the pretext, sort of understanding the Furiosa character, how she how she went from where she started to where she was in the middle to where she was by the end of the film, and what made her a badass. I really like that. I know a lot of people complain that, at least other reviews I've seen said that sort of the child part of the movie was not as interesting, or it was too long drawn out. But I thought it worked really well. Showed off Dementis, Chris Hemsworth's character, the main villain of the movie. I thought it worked. I thought it sort of showed multiple facets. I really liked the Dementis character. I know we're on plot, um, but yeah, I felt like the plot was solid. There was nothing that me and my dad complained about, really. There was nothing like, oh, like how did it get from point A to point B? Um, it really worked with the entire landscape of the wasteland. I thought it was solid. I really did think it was solid, and yeah, I I even have insane characters on plot, but worked for me. And like I said, the characters, I mean, let's be honest, Chris Hemsworth really did steal the show. It's even what my dad said after the movie is like, did he steal it? His Dementis character was like a funny villain, right? Just the amount where it's not too funny because it's still a serious film, you still got the action. Um, but enough to where the theater was laughing a little bit, but still like keeping with that real focused Mad Max feel to it. So I thought he was awesome, and I mean Anya Taylor Joy, I really think she's a great actor. Um, the the chess show Queen's Gambit, I really like that. So leading into this movie, I was excited, and I think she did a great job, really being mad as Furiosa, right? Just like the child actor that played the younger Furiosa was really mad, right? And that's really all you had to do. Another thing with characters that I didn't really put here was, once again, not spoiling, but some of the names of the characters are funny. Now I'll be honest, I don't know if that's like Mad Max, uh, straight from like the comic books, or if that's just from the movie. My bad. Um, but yeah, a Morton Joe's sons' names are definitely got a laugh out of the theater. So it was pretty good. I had no issues with the characters. There was nothing that seemed like too PC or too wild. I felt like it was solid. I felt like the characters had no lost dimensions to them. Um, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. The visuals, I will say, was one thing that like was like it was good. But like if I'm being totally honest, if you told me that like Fury Road and Furiosa were like what 9 years apart or 10 years apart, whatever, I would be a little surprised, to be honest. Um, I would have thought they were made pretty similar. The the bike scenes, the driving scenes seem similar to me. All the fighting seemed quite similar. How the characters looked. But I think it still worked. I still think the visuals worked. Um, and then I don't know if you can tell, but like Chris Hemsworth knows, like that was the best visual of all. Like you could almost not tell it was him just because like the prosthetic nose. Um, but yeah, like I said, like the visuals were good. Um, but like they weren't like wow. Like this wouldn't be a movie where it's like, oh my god, I wanted to see this in 3D. I wanted to see this in 40x. It was solid, you know. It was a solid film, but the visuals were nothing to like really say this was amazing. Um, and so on my doof scale, right, I'm gonna start doof scaling. I'd give it an 8, maybe an 8.5, but I'm gonna start with an 8. I would definitely recommend it. Once again, try not to give anything away, but at least stay for the scene like as the credits are rolling. You know, as the credits are rolling, stay for that scene. That was one of my favorite parts. You know, because not only does it sort of show its connection to Fury Road, it also has like a really, I don't want to say funny part, but a really interesting part. Probably one of my favorites. Um, but yeah, overall, I mean, I really enjoyed the movie. I mean, I made a review about it, right? So must have been either good enough or bad enough. Um, yeah, I'd recommend it, and let me know what you guys think if you've seen it or if you're excited to see it. And I'll see you guys in the next movie review.